WBC U.S. Silver Championship, rather. And we've seen a lot of these green belts come into play over the last couple of years here at CES events. And great opportunities, Ray, for young fighters to, in a way, get a stepping stone opportunity to get to that next level by wrapping that green belt around their waist. With that, we're going to send it back up to ringside as we get ready for our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you all in attendance to please rise. Thank you to our color guard. Now singing the national anthem, Christine Case.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head into our main events of the evening. Introducing first into the ring, Estivan Falcao.
Fighting all the way out of Brazil, Estivan Falcao coming in with a record of 13-3, 7 wins by knockout, just 27 years of age. Very interesting opponent here facing Alejandro Paulino tonight. Falcao coming back for the first time since February. He lost a unanimous decision to unbeaten Ashton Silva in Orlando. That fight was on DAZN. We just talked about Silva a bit, Ray, as one of the good young up-and-coming 135s. Went the distance. A lopsided fight, but hung in there despite getting knocked down in the 10th round. But despite a 3-3 record in his last 6, Falcao's got some very good wins on his record. His only losses have come to the likes of Jeremy Hill, Nahir Albright, Silva, so he's been there with some of the best. He's also scored some victories, including an impressive knockout win over 18-0 Jamal Dahu back in May of 2023, and then beat 10-1-1 James Bernardine on Showbox immediately after that. So this is a guy who comes in, again, the upset-minded fighter, and he doesn't just hang in there. Every so often, he scores the victory.
Exactly. You know, everybody look at these fights and they go, the other corner wins. Not so true in this one.
Introducing next into the ring, Alejandro El Abusador Paulino.
And here comes the unbeaten Alejandro Paulino, 16-0, 13 of those wins by knockout. Again, coming back after a victory in February against D'Angelo Keys by unanimous decision. We've talked so much, Ray, you and I, about Paulino making the fast track to the top. Only 25 years of age, already has 16 pro fights under his belt, which is an incredible output as you see him make his way to the ring now with Roland Estrada from the Big Six Boxing Academy, Jason Big Six Estrada, Ted Panagianis work in the corner and the cut. So very well-rounded team. And a very big opportunity for Paulino tonight as he fights for a title for the first time in his career. So no pressure whatsoever, right? Take a look at both fighters here at the tail of the tape. Both fighters coming in similar height and reach. The difference is the age. Falcao coming in 33 years of age. Paulino just 25 years old. Going to be a very interesting fight. Very evenly matched bout. The green belt on the line. Let's send it back to the center of the ring with Margaret Cuesta, who has the official fighter introductions.
Valleys, I want to hear you. Are you ready for the Johnny Rockets main event of the evening? Let's hear it. This fight is in association with King's Promotion. This is for the 8 rounds and is for the WBC US Silver Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gray trunks, weighing in at 137 pounds, with a professional record of 13 wins, 3 losses, with 7 wins, coming from way up knockout from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Welcome, Estivan Tuni Falcao. His opponent, fighting from across the ring out of the red corner, wearing the gold trunks, weighing in at 134 pounds, with an undefeated professional record of 16 wins, no losses, from New London, Connecticut. Welcome, the up-and-coming Alejandro El Abusador Paulino.
Gentlemen, you received instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up.
It's time for our Johnny Rockets main event. 8 rounds for the vacant WBC US Silver Lightweight title. Michael Parenti and Sucre Ray Oliveira bringing you all the action tonight ringside, live from Bally's Twin River, Lincoln. On Swerve Combat, this one should be a good one. We've got Alejandro Paulino Ray in the gold trunks taking on Estivan Falcao from Brazil in the white trunks. Expect some fireworks early on here tonight. This one's scheduled for 8. We'll see how far this one ends up going. Paulino, probably the toughest test of his career. He's had some tough ones lately.
Paulino always comes out strong in the first round. That's one thing the TV people are going to love to see about him.
Falcao's been down this road before. Again, only really a year removed from big wins over an 18-0 and a 10-1-1 fighter. So this is a guy who's gone in against undefeated fighters before. He's gotten victories. promoted by Marshall Kaufman from King's Promotion out in Reading, Pennsylvania. So you know he's been in there with some tough competition. Kaufman always matching his fighters tough, and he's done that with Falcao since Falcao basically moved to the United States in 2022, and he's really been a staple in that Pennsylvania area.
And I already felt they didn't do it.
Again, most recently fought on DAZN. That fight was in Orlando, and then fought on Showbox prior to that. So he's had the big TV, big lights experience.
Both fights are coming out throwing some big bombs at each other. Oh, what a beautiful
Falcao
right
got
hook.
hurt. Stumbling a little bit toward the ropes there. Nice right hook there by Paulino. And he's got Falcao in some trouble. Falcao just trying to cover up. Fight back off the ropes. Nice right hand by Falcao in the exchange.
You know,
Falcao got his footing back.
Alejandro is capable of being hurt.
Yes. Well, one of the things, Ray, we noticed that we saw Paulino early on in his career have a lot of, let's call it, easy victories against subpar opponents, as you do to build up the record. And as those opponents progress in levels of toughness, one of the things that Paulino had to work on was defense.
Yes.
And we've seen that in recent fights now. I think the defense is tight enough. Have you seen that improvement now in those recent fights?
2 fights before I did.
Yeah.
Besides that, he's going back to this, you know, it's his style, though. He's like Scott Pemberton.
Yeah.
I'll give you one, you give me one. Who knocks out who first? And it's been working for him so far. He's undefeated. 16 wins, 13 knockouts. So why change it?
Had a couple of fights, and we saw them, Ray, against Andrew Rogers. That was back in 2022. We saw a similar fight against Brandon DeDrogo, also in 2022. Those were the tougher fights at that time, and he took some shots in those fights. He got knocked out against Andrew Rogers, but every time that he faced any adversity, he's come back swimmingly and completed the fight and completed the task.
Definitely. You know he's not a quitter. He keeps coming. Right now, he's as his usual self. He's pressing. He's working those body shots. What he's doing much better today. I can see he's putting his punches in combinations, where the last one, he was throwing one at a time. But today, he's putting them in combinations.
Final seconds here, round number 1. Strong output so far by Paulino. And there's the bell. So you know one thing, Ray. You know Paulino's going to come out firing. You know he's going to come out strong. Falcao's tough. We've seen that. We've seen his ability to hang in there in these fights. And again, he's an upset-minded fighter who has pulled off those upsets. It's one thing to go in there and talk about the combined record of your last 7 or 8 opponents, but do you have any wins during that stretch? Falcao can say, yes, I do. In fact, I've got a couple big ones. And again, he beat an 18-0 opponent back in May of 2023 and beat a 10-1-1 guy the fight right after that. So every fight for Falcao seems to intensify every time he gets in that ring. The level of competition seems to go higher and higher. Paulino is right there, 25 years of age. We know the sky's the limit. It's really a good test for both guys.
It definitely is a test for Paulino. Is it a test for Falcao? He already been through that test.
Sure.
You know, this last round I gave it to Paulino. Does Falcao want to stay in there and take these big punches from Paulino? We know Paulino, you know, I'm going to say it's chin suspect.
Sure.
But he comes back. Have we seen Falcao come back after being hit the way Paulino just hit him?
Round 2 underway here on Swerve Combat. You're watching the 8-round main event for the vacant WBC U.S. Silver Lightweight title. Alejandro Paulino in the gold trunks and Estivan Falcao in the white. And you're right, Ray. We've seen some instances where Paulino's got caught like he just did coming in on the way there, but it's a two-edged, you know, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Yes.
You don't want to always see your fighter in that position, but sometimes you want that adversity to see how he bounces back from it. Oh! Not sure what happened there, but
they're
going to call that a knockdown.
It was a knockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, Falcao did throw a straight right hand, slip a knot, he went down.
Very interesting, as we noted, we talked about Paulino facing some adversity, and here again he gets, in theory, knocked down because he took that straight right hand, and he went to, I couldn't tell if he went to the backside and popped back up, but it was very much a flash knockdown, but nonetheless a knockdown for Falcao.
And sometimes that's what Paulino needs to wake him up. He gets hit, and you see he came up on his record. He's undefeated. He gets up and he puts you back down.
Nice right hand there by Paulino, followed by the uppercut. And now Paulino fighting back here midway through round 2. A lot of time in this round. Could be a situation where Paulino could, in theory, dominate the round with the exception of the knockdown, which makes it very interesting scoring.
And the weird thing about it, in pro boxing, it scored a 10-8.
Yeah. Paulino and Falcao exchanging here in the center of the ring. So a very wild flurry. We'll take a look at it at the end of the round, but very wild flurry in the center of the ring. And Falcao caught him on the way in, and that's what scored a knockdown. So Ricky Gonzalez, the referee, was right on top of it.
Like I still got to say, Paulino, he needs to work on that defense.
Yeah.
These fights, you get away with that. But when you start fighting the top 10 in the world, that's where you don't get away with it.
No, you're right. And we mentioned it during the top of the broadcast. We mentioned it a little bit in the first round about seeing some defensive improvements. But here we see the situation where, again, he kind of walks into that shot. And sometimes that aggressiveness, he leaves himself open for counters.
He throws his right hand and he brings his right foot with it. And that's why he gets caught, because he squares right up. But you're going to see that with a knockdown.
Final 30 seconds here of round number 2. Falcao coming in, swinging hard. And again, listen, we talked about it. Don't let the record, and it's not a bad record, the 13-3, but you got to understand where Falcao's come from in some of the fights that he's had. He has been down this road before.
Yes, he's seen fighters like this. He knows what to do. Here in the crowd does not bother him.
Closing seconds here of round 2. So Estivan Falcao scores the knockdown midway. Let's take a quick look here, Ray.
You can see right there, Paulino, he with those right hand, he squares right up. There he goes through the right hand.
There it is.
Honestly, it was a headbutt, I believe.
Interesting.
But he did square
Very
up.
interesting looking at the
But
replay.
I think it was a headbutt that hit him and dropped him.
With that, we'll be back with more. Stay tuned on Swerve Combat. Welcome back to Bally's. Ray, let's take a look at another angle here of that
It
knockdown.
looks like a headbutt. See, he threw it, boom. Like I said, it was a headbutt that dropped him, but the punch was thrown. The referee was on the other side.
Very
He
interesting.
couldn't see it.
It looked more like a lead left, then the headbutt, and then maybe a right hand in the middle of it. But you know what? At the end of the day, like you said during the break, it doesn't matter what we think. It's scored a knockdown, and the judges will score it accordingly. So here we go, round number 3, again, scheduled for 8. Alejandro Paulino in the gold trunks taking on Estivan Falcao in the white. This is your 8-round Johnny Rockets main event for the vacant WBC U.S. Silver Lightweight title. Falcao hanging in pretty tough, center of the ring with Paulino.
Both guys are trading hooks and right hands. Paulino hurt him right there with a left hook.
That was a good left hook by Paulino that clipped Falcao. Now a big right hand by Paulino. And here we go. Can Paulino now pick up the pace and get his rhythm back here in round 3? Good little uppercut on the inside by Falcao.
Both guys are trading punches.
Yeah. That's been very back and forth early. So a little instance there where maybe Paulino's defense may have let him down, but it was so hard to tell in that knockdown if it really was a true knockdown. But again, it does not matter what we think here, ringside. Halfway through round 3. All action here for the first 90 seconds of this round. Looks like it's just phone booth style. Paulino a little bit low with that one on the belt line.
Like I said, you knock Paulino down, he comes back even strong. I don't believe it was a knockdown, but in his head he knows, I got to get that back.
Exactly. It counts on the scorecard, and he does have to get it back, as you said. And now fighting nicely on the inside is Paulino. Now starting to bring some pressure to Falcao.
He's working the way he used to work when he first started. He's starting from that body and work his way back up to the head.
Michael Parenti and Sucre Ray Oliveira bringing the action on Swerve Combat. Live from Bally's Twin River, Lincoln. It's the CES homecoming, the long-awaited homecoming. More than a year and a half in the making, but boxing is back at Bally's. And it's been a great night so far. final 30 seconds here or so of round 2, or round 3 rather. Better round for Paulino.
Definitely a better round for him. You know, he's the aggressor and he's landing 3-4 punch combinations at a time. And he's starting from the body and bringing it back up to the head. And I like how he's not moving that head as much as I like people moving their head, but he got his hands up high and tight.
Good body work by Paulino. And again, you're right, Ray. Not great head movement, but the defense has been better. And Paulino really just has to stay out of the way of those counters, and if he does that, he'll be successful.
He's getting countered every time he pulls away.
Yeah.
He has distance. When he's in close, his hands are high and tight, and he's whipping those hooks and uppercuts.
3 rounds in the books. Better round for Paulino, and he looked very sharp early in that first round. Second round not going his way with the score knockdown. So again, like you said, Ray, it's gonna really be about defending on that counter.
Yeah.
If he can dictate the pace like he does here in this brief clip you see from round 3.
His hands are tight. And he's going in combination. He starts down to the body, goes right back to the head. The only time Paulino gets caught is when he pulls back, he gets his hand down.
And you're right, those were the times where he got caught against Brandon Adrogo and Andrew Rogers was really on the counter when he came out of the break.
Yes.
The head was exposed, it was there for the take, and any really good experienced opponent will see that opening. Falcao is a very good experienced opponent, so you have to be wary of that. This is not like it was in the first half of his career with guys who did not know how to exploit that opening.
You know, when a
that's
fight
the
is
biggest
hurt,
difference.
what do? They throw wildly, so when you pull back, that wild punch is going to hit you.
Bell rings for round number 4. Once again, you're joining us on Swerve Combat from Bally's Twin River Lincoln, CES Boxing Homecoming. It's our 8-round main event. Alejandro Paulino in the gold trunks, taking on Estivan Falcao in the white.
Now this is where we see Paulino, where the rounds get longer, he goes back to 1 punch at a time. Hopefully he doesn't do that and he keeps the combinations working.
And you're right, he's so tough when he's throwing those combos. He's keeping the defense high and tight. A very tough fighter to really work against when he does those things, but as the pace does slow, you're right, it's that 1-punch style, and that's when Falcao can kind of get his offense going.
I mean, when you're trying to hit for home runs all the time, you tend to get tired.
Sure. Nice left hand by Paulino on that break.
Definitely, but again, 1 punch. You're going to put in combinations. But Paulino doesn't have that power to knock you out with 1 punch.
It's like Paulino trying to take your advice as he had Falcao against the ropes. Falcao, as veterans do, they know how to tie up a bit and buy some time, and he did just that. 1:40 to go in round 4.
Falcao's laying on him, trying to buy some time here. And Paulino got abrasion, I believe it's on the left eye, his left eye.
And you wonder if it just could be from rubbing heads together. Sometimes that happens.
No, Paulino got hit with a left hook on there and it caused the abrasion. He was getting hit himself as he pulled out. See, this is where Paulino, when he throws his right hand, he brings his right foot off the ground.
There's a good 3-punch combo by Paulino. And he backs Falcao into the
Back
corner.
to that body, that hurt him.
43 seconds. Paulino's got some time to do some work here.
If he puts that chin down, don't keep that head up, he get hit with a wild shot there.
And that's really where the difference is, Ray, right? It's staying poised during these moments where he has opportunities to not get too far ahead of himself.
And I want people to understand, is Paulino winning the fight? Yes, he is. But I like him. I think I love this young man. I think he's capable of being a world champion. So I'm going to pick up the faults, hoping that he watches this and changes those faults. What I call it is you're throwing your punch, you're banging them, and you look to see, hey, look, I'm hitting them. That's where you get hit.
There's the bell for round 4. So another good round for Paulino. A nice stretch there, Ray, in that final minute where he did what you have wanted to see more of, which was let his hands go.
Yes.
And then when he landed upstairs, went back down to the body to try to soften up Falcao there as well. So you're seeing some bits and pieces of it so far through this fight.
Like we say all the time, you know, especially in Rhode Island, you don't have to drop the fighter to get an A count. If he takes enough punches and won't go down, the referee will stop it. So why not just keep doing that?
Halfway through, still 4 rounds to go in our Johnny Rockets main event. We want to thank you again for joining us on Swerve Combat. Michael Parenti and Sucre Ray Oliveira. We've been bringing you the action all night here from Bally's, the CES Boxing Homecoming. First live pro boxing fight card here since November of 2022. A very long-awaited homecoming, and it's really been worth the wait. We've had some exciting, action-packed fights tonight, and this one is no different. And there's a lot on the line tonight. Undefeated record for Alejandro Paulino, and of course the vacant WBC U.S. Silver Lightweight title. Round 5 underway. Paulino in the gold trunks coming out aggressive against Estivan Falcao in the white.
I got it 3-1 Paulino, but that one round that Falcao won was a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
Combinations are beautiful, hands are tight. Just got to keep that chin down.
And again, he's hard to beat when he does that. When he's able to execute that kind of game plan, it's very tough to land against him, and it's very tough to just stop the onslaught.
And that's Falcao right now. He's in an orthodox lefty position. Let that left hook go, Paulino. He's going to the right, the perfect side. He's moving to his left.
Both fighters get tangled up in the center of the ring. Slippage on Falcao. Ricky Gonzalez all over the action.
And Paulino been laying that left hook all day. I don't know why Falcao turned lefty, because you're vulnerable for that left hook now. See, Paulino, he has dead spots.
Yeah.
This is the dead spot right now he's taking.
Waiting. No display yet.
He's taking this round off. And yes, he's up 3-1. But we said one of those rounds was a 10-8 round. You don't want to take this up, because if he's winning this round, it could be back to an even fight.
Then it's an even fight after 5. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. You know, you want to get your footing back, you want to get your legs back at times, but you really can't in an 8-round fight where you've been knocked down afford to take the round off. Good right hand sneaks through by Paulino. It definitely has been a slower pace in this round.
He throws in combinations. He looks beautiful.
I took it off before the camera went off. Now
Paulino just trying to measure against Falcao. Has him backed against the corner for a second there. 45 seconds to go in this round. Falcao does all those little things that good, savvy veterans do.
Yeah.
To buy time or just to get out of the way of trouble. Makes for a very tough, and you can see why he's been in there 16 times and how he's hung tough against so many good fighters. And beaten some of them too.
He's punching Paulino when he's off balance. Which, like I said, Paulino throws that right hand and he squares right up. And Falcao's just throwing that straight left. See, there it goes right there. I wouldn't drop my right hand if I was him, though.
There's the final bell. 5 rounds in the books in this 8-round main event bout. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us for more on Swerve Combat. Welcome back to Bally's Twin River Lincoln for CES Homecoming live on Swerve Combat. Michael Parenti and Sucre Ray Oliveira bringing you all the action tonight. And here we are more than halfway through our main event. Ray, it's been a very interesting fight. We're in round number 6 of 8. Paulino suffered a knockdown in round 2. How do you see this fight going so far? Where do you have it on the cards if you could estimate?
I got it 4 rounds for Paulino, 2 rounds for Falcao. But like I said earlier, that was a 2-point round.
Yeah.
So I got it even right now. Yes, it was 5 rounds in the book. How could you have it even? The way I just said, one of those rounds was a 10-8 round. So I got it even.
It's a very close fight, and it's still up for grabs when you think about it here in these final 3 rounds. And somebody kind of has to take the initiative here of these final 3 to.
And this is where I say, it's an 8-round fight, the championship fight. These are the championship rounds. It's time to put down the gas and let's go. Why wait? Let's go. You did everything you did in the gym. You're in shape. There's nothing to hold back. Let's put the pressure on now.
Absolutely. You're more than halfway through the fight. This is really the go time when you think about it. After all the training that you put in to get to this point, time to execute it in the ring. And Paulino trying to capture that WBC gold and win his first title in his first title bout. And for Estivan Falcao, really just trying to use that gritty veteran experience to pull out another upset win. And he can still do that. Yeah.
The way Paulino just following him, he's not cutting off the ring. He's not keeping Falcao's back against the ropes. Falcao's in the middle of the ring right now, and he's out boxing. He's doing what he wants. That's the veteran part we said again.
Yep. Now you're more than halfway through round 6, and that round is really still up for grabs as well here. So somebody could close this round strong and really change the perspective of the entire fight as you start getting down the stretch. Nice little exchange there. Nice flurry there by Paulino.
Combinations. Now you got to keep his back on the rope. Don't let him get off. Don't let him get back in the middle.
Final minute here of this round could be a very critical stretch for either fighter.
Allowing Falcao back in the middle of the ring. This is where you don't want it. You want to put your opponent, Paulino, put him back on the ropes.
And this is where cutting off the ring and that skill set really comes into play too. Because Falcao knows, and Falcao can probably sense that an opponent can't do that. He's circled pretty well. When Paulino's managed to catch him with flurries, Paulino can close the distance a little bit more. But it's been harder in this round.
And Falcao he has gone 8 rounds before. He knows this is Paulino's first one?
It is.
That he's going, so Falcao knows that I've been to 8. This young man has it.
Start getting into those uncharted waters there, but yes, Paulino
with a left hook.
With the good left hook, and now trying to close this round strong here in the final seconds. And there's the bell. Another very close round, Ray.
Something like that, what he did at the end of the first round high, that made him win that round. So I'm giving that round to Paulino. Now I got him up. It's just my version of what I think I got going on. But I got Paulino winning this fight so far. We only have 2 rounds left. Either get him out or keep that pressure and keep his back against the wall.
Here's some replays here from round 6.
Paulino, when he looks better, when his back's against the rope, he gets Falcao's back against the rope, and he throws combinations. Throwing one punch at a time and keeping him in the middle ain't going to do it for Paulino.
Paulino, I think, no doubt landed the more effective blows in round 6, while there weren't a lot of flurries that we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3 punches here and there, but they were solid shots. They were power shots, and perhaps in the minds of the judges watching a otherwise very close round, those 3 or 4 shots could sway you in one direction.
Yes.
And that's why it's so important to be opportunistic, land when you can, and continue to come forward. Here we go, round number 7 underway. You're watching us live on Swerve Combat. Alejandro Paulino in the gold trunks taking on Estivan Falcao in the white. 8 rounds for the vacant WBC U.S. Silver Lightweight Championship. Michael Parenti and Ray Oliveira bringing you all the action ringside. That's Paulino.
Got to keep doing, coming forward with that jab. Keep the pressure and keep them punches and combinations.
Falcao's still in that southpaw stance too in round 7.
Yes, he's trying to lure Falcao in to land that overhand right or that left hook. Falcao knows he has to win these last 2 rounds to put anything close to him winning. Here we go. Paulino's going to keep that pressure and keep pounding him.
Nice
Keep
right
his
hand.
back on the rope. Keep his back on the rope, and there you go.
It's worth mentioning, Ray, every time you call for the combos, and we've seen them, it's really when Paulino's been at his best. When he's letting the hands go, 3-4 punch combos, it's just so tough to beat.
Yeah, does he have that power for that 1-punch knockout?
Sure.
Yes, but when he puts them together, he looks so impressive.
Falcao, not a guy that's easy to stop. He went 10 rounds with Ashton Silve in Orlando.
Like I tell everybody, my career, unfortunately, he could take a punch.
Sure, hard to last a long time with that mentality, but at the end of the day, it builds character and toughness. And,
Yep.
Falcao, he's tough, he's got character, and he's really come to fight tonight. And he's kept this fight close.
If Paulino's jab is landing like that, come
Yeah.
back with that straight right hand. He's in the left hand stance. If your jab could touch, what do you think your right hand's going to do?
Final 40 seconds of round number 7.
See that? He just did it right there. That 1-2 did
Oh,
it.
nice right
There
hand
we
by
go.
Paulino. 3-punch combo landed on the 3rd one.
Straighten out that right hand, Paulino. This is why I say sit down and I'll throw one straight right hand.
A good close to
Beautiful
round 7 there for
double left hook.
Paulino. He's got Falcao staggering against the ropes. A big right hand, and Ricky Gonzalez steps in at the bell. Falcao is wobbling back to his corner. A great way to close out the round for Paulino. He's got him on wobbly legs here.
Definitely, he got that. The bell saved him on that one. Yes, he was ref was wanted to jump in, but the bell saved him.
Another 15 or 20 seconds, and Falcao may have hit the canvas. Here, take a look at the
You can see
replay.
right here. Like I said, if the jab is landing, what do you think the straight right hand's gonna do? And you can see right there, that
Yeah.
right hand, straight down the pipe. Why wing it?
Ooh.
Straight down the pipe again with the right hand in combination.
You see that right hand from another angle. There it is again, that big right hand by Paulino. Landed 2 or 3 real good shots at the close of the round.
Yeah. The only thing I would be telling Paulino in this corner right now, just throw your 1-2. Just continuously throw the 1-2. And if you don't continue throwing that 1-2, I'm not going to be in the corner the next round.
8th and final round about to get underway. And we'll see if Paulino can either close out the show. He had a very strong finish to round 7. For the first time in the fight, we saw Estivan Falcao hurt. And luckily he had those 60 seconds between rounds to recover, recuperate, and possibly get his legs back. And we'll see if it worked. Sometimes 60 seconds is not enough.
No. See,
Nice.
that jab land,
Yeah.
what do you think that right hand could do? Put the 1-2 right on it.
Paulino trying to rip to the body here early in round 8.
Beautiful.
Nice right
There
hand,
it
and
goes.
Falcao goes
There
down.
it goes. That straight right hand down the pipe.
Falcao sent crashing to the canvas. Can he make it back to his feet? You know he was wobbly at the end
Go
of
right
round
after
7.
that straight right hand. To
And
get
there's
the jab.
and there's a lot of time left in this round. So Paulino trying to close this one out. Falcao is in trouble. He hits a big left hook.
Another right hand land. Referee might just jump in and stop this ball.
Paulino definitely smelling the blood in the water here in this 8th round. Still 2 minutes to go. A lot of time for Paulino to finish this one in style. We'll see if Falcao
He
can.
steps back. Lift that straight right hand down the pipe. He's smothering his punches right now. Take a 1.5 step back.
A short left hand on the break by Paulino. Paulino just stalking his opponent down.
He straightens out that right hand.
Falcao at this point just trying to hold on.
He has a minute and a half go here.
And a lot
Can
of
he
time,
do
Ray.
it?
It's so tough when you get knocked down early in a round and you're hurt on top of it. not just a flash knockdown, but really getting sent to the canvas and having a battle for those final 2+ minutes, which Falcao so far is doing. Of course, you know Falcao's tired, he's hurt, he's trying to hold on and trying to just keep Paulino from
And that's
really,
a man that's dangerous when they're tired and he has nothing to lose.
Final minute of round 8.
He's
Paulino
hesitant on that right hand, Paulino. He's hesitant on it. Just let it go straight down that pipe.
Scored a big knockdown early in this round.
There it goes.
There it is.
Sit on it. Throws that straight right hand, a combination. You sit back and hit it.
Falcao's still hanging in there. He's still fighting.
He is one tough guy.
He's been down this road before.
This round.
Would not guess in the early seconds of round 8 when he went crashing into the canvas that he would perhaps survive this round, which it appears he is going to do. And there is the final bell. Very good closing of the show for Alejandro Paulino. Strong finish to round 7. An exceptional round 8, and perhaps, Ray, those last 2 rounds may have been what really pulled us away from Paulino.
It definitely did. You see right here, the combination is straight right hand. He sat on it. He wasn't bouncing on his feet. He set them down. You see right here, right?
There
Boom,
it is.
right down that pipe.
Right on the chin. Falcao went crashing to the canvas.
Falcao
and that was
moving to his left, which is Paulino's right hand. And all he had to do is throw it all day.
And again, that was very early in the round, and in a lot of cases there, you know, sometimes the aggressor comes in maybe a little too aggressive and you can punch yourself out. You run the risk of things happening, but Paulino maintained, I think, a good combination of being aggressive but also being patient, trying to score that knockout win. But at the end of the day, he won the round and most likely here won the fight, which is really the important thing. And
most likely got a green belt around his waist.
And if all goes the way we see it going, Alejandro Paulino will be your new WBC US Silver Lightweight title. And again, Ray, in a fight where there were times where he faced some adversity, got knocked down in round number 2. Falcao had some solid rounds in the middle where he stemmed the tide a bit. And really, when you think about it, through 5 rounds, this was a very close fight.
It was. Still up for grabs. These are the fights that you don't want close.
Yeah.
You want to. I mean, you can't pick what you want close or dominate, but Paulino was dominating. Yes. He made this fight close, but he took it off in the last 2 rounds.
Well, Paulino, it appears, closed the show out strong enough and perhaps strong enough to win the fight. And with that, we're going to send it back to the center of the ring with Margaret Cresta with the official decision.
For the up-to-date CES boxing and MMA news, tickets, round card models, photos, and many more. Once again, CESfights.com. Hey, we're going to bring it back to the center of the ring. Take it over. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for these 2 fighters. They fought hard. After 8 tough rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ken Ezzo scores the bout 77-73. Judge Eddie Sconcio scores the bout 78-72. And Judge Robert Paulino scores the bout 78-73. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, the new WBC US Lightweight Champion, Alejandro El Abusador Paulino!
Fight fans, I'm here with your new champion, Alejandro. You got something new around the waist. How does that feel?
It feels great, man. This is one of many coming to Rhode Island and Connecticut, New York and Connecticut.
Talk to me about that opponent. He was tough. He kept coming. You hit him with some really hard shots, knocked him down, but he just kept coming on forward and you kept applying the pressure. Is this kind of the fight you expected?
Yeah, I did. We won tough fights. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be a great fight, and I give the people a great fight. I want all the best. I'm the best in New England. I wanted to fight everybody. And I'm up there. I want to fight for a world title. I want to fight on TV, so let's make it happen.
Talk to me about your team here. You got some great support in your corner. You got Jimmy Birchfield. You got your coaches here. I think the world's right in front of you.
Yeah, I got the best promoter in New England and one of the best in the world. I got the best team in New England and one of the best in the world too. Like, this is the best. Right here in New England, Big Six, Roland Estrada, Jason Estrada, they know we're the best.
Now, speaking of the best, we're going to end on a great note here. Let's thank those fans because you had a lot of support out here tonight.
I want to thank everybody that bought tickets, all my family, friend, everybody that supported me since day one, all my sponsors, man. I got like 4 sponsors, man, that have been with me my whole career. Jules, Julio from Providence and Mirror and Glass. I got the Red Show 2 Transportation, and I got my man Julio from Connecticut, Auto Shop. Every car he clean for you. Like, I love those people. They never say no. I always go to them. They always say yes. And I fight all the time. I just fought like 6 weeks ago, and I come again, and they always support.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the new champion, Alejandro Paulino!
So there it is, Alejandro Paulino, unanimous decision win across the board. Ray showed a lot of poise, especially late in this fight to pull out the win. And I got to say, the green belt looks good on him.
It does look good on him, you know, especially with those rip abs he got there. You know, he won the fight.
Yep.
He did what he had to do. You know, I always seem like I complain about Paulino because I know what he's capable of doing, and I want better for him.
And I think there are going to be better things in store for Alejandro Paulino down the road here. Only 25 years of age, and he's now 17-0, and he is the new WBC U.S. Silver Lightweight title. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on Swerve Combat. 5 exceptional, well-matched bouts on this fight card. The long-awaited homecoming of CES Boxing here at Bally's Twin River Lincoln. I want to thank Sucre Ray Oliveira for joining me in the booth tonight, as always, providing all the insight and the commentary. And thank you, our loyal audience on Swerve Combat. We will see you next time at the fights.